Hello students, in our previous classes we have learnt the chapter that is digital documentation. In that what we have studied, we will brief it off within 2 minutes, then we will go to today's topic. So, we have learnt what is digital documentation, in that word processor. Okay. So, what is the application of a word processor, then how the documentation evolved from a manually written to this digital documentation, how it has been evolved, I explained that one. Then word processor, what is mean by word processor, how it will be defined, and important the features of the word processors we have seen, that is managing files, editing, text and paragraph formatting, headers and footers, okay, image insertion, then organizing a list with a table and bullets, spell check, these all things, mail merge, okay. Then these are the things I explained in my previous video. So, this one in this today's class, what are the features we have explained, those features we will see one by one in detail, that is practically, okay. What are the menus, okay, in that menu what are the menu in menu bar, what are the menus will come across, and in each menu what are the options are there, okay, we will see one by one. And also applications of a word processor we have explained. Then in a session 1, that is introduction to Apache OpenOffice Writer, I explained what is OpenOffice Suite, okay. It will be compatible to Windows, Linux and Mac operating systems, okay. Then this how to open OpenOffice Writer, I explained that one, okay. These are the things, and also we have seen what is the graphical user interface, that is the components of a word processor, okay. These are the components which we have seen in the last class, that is title bar is there, menu bar is there, standard toolbar is there, okay, ruler is there, formatting toolbar is there, status bar is there, drawing toolbar is there. These are the main components of a writer, that is the Apache OpenOffice Writer in that Word document, okay. So, in today's class we will see one by one. First we will see how to create, save, open and close a document in a OpenOffice Writer, okay. In this today's class we will see what are the things we will see. In that first one, how to open, in this today's class first we will see how to open or create, save, open and close a new writer document. We will see how to perform these actions, okay. Then also we will see text selection, how to select a text, we will see that one also I will explain. Text selection, these are important things. If you do not have textbook, you can write down the steps, what are the things we are going to learn today. Then create is over, text selection is over, then editing the document, editing the document also we will see, okay, editing the document, third one. Then fourth one, also in editing we will see spell check, and we will see spell check also, okay. After in editing a spell check is also there. I told in, I think I explained this one in my previous video, okay. We will see in detail that one. Then we will see formatting the text, formatting a document, okay. These are the important things which we are going to learn in this today's class, okay. Clear now? So, we will see one by one. First, create, save, open and close a new writer document. So how we will start? First, either we can go from start, then applications, or we can come to screen, right click, new, go to new, then here open document text. This is the one way to open our new document. Here it will ask, you can mention the name for this. Okay, if I will give suppose create, if I will give create, okay, this is the new name given to my new file, that is the text file. It will open like this. Okay, so in that there are certain options which we are going to perform. First, see, in a file menu, what are the options? This is the menu bar, right? This is the title bar, this is the menu bar, this is the standard toolbar. Okay, and below the standard toolbar there is a format toolbar. Okay, here in order to create a new one, go to file, new. In that we have to select text document. Clear? What we did in order to create this one, how we have created? First, we went to file, then in that file we have selected new, in that we have selected text document, right? There is a shortcut for this, control, if you press control plus N, you will get a new document default. Okay, see, actually previously what we have created, when I right click on the screen, I went to new, then text, there I got a new text file, I have mentioned it as a name, it as create. Here when I come to file, then I open with new text document, it has created a new document titled with untitled. Untitled means we have not named it so far. Okay, then this is the first step. In order to save this, see, if you not saved the file, it will ask for a save. Suppose if you go to close, if you write something, if you go to close, it will ask for a save. Okay, because so far it is not saved. If you give save, it will be saved in the name untitled one itself. Okay, it is default, it is saved in untitled one. Okay, if you discard now, it will go off. If you cancel it, you will be again staying in the same file. So in order to save this file which I opened newly, we can go for save as. Okay, save as, or if you go to save also, because it is not saved so far, if you go to save also, if you give save, it will ask for a new name. Okay, it is untitled, default is there. If I want to give name as create one, okay, it will save into that particular. Okay, it has saved, right? Now it is saved as a create one. Okay, now see, if I did something, if I read the documentation, something I have written, okay, I did some work. If you directly close this one, now also it will ask for whether we have to save the changes made to this particular document. If you give save, it will save that updated document and it will close this file. If you discard, whatever the previously when you open the file, whatever the documents or whatever you written, that will be saved. Whatever you made the changes to this document, it will not be saved. Then if you give cancel, again you will return into this particular file itself. Clear now? Okay, or suppose you created one file, in that you have given that your names, suppose students details are there, name is there, okay, class or standard, which class you are studying, okay, so school name, okay, your address, okay, your address, something which is default, it has to be saved in that particular file. Suppose imagine this has to be saved in this particular file. This is common for all the students, right? So if you want to save this one, this has to be there in a default file named create1. If you written something, suppose if I written like Madhu, okay, class 9th standard, okay, school name I have written, then address. So whatever changes I made, this name, class, school, address must be there for all the students. It's common, but this is the things which is keep changing, name, class, okay, or school. If it is changing something, then if I want to say whatever the address or names given to this particular file, then what I have to do? I have to go to file, then I have to go to save as. If I will go to save as, and suppose imagine I have given file name as create2. Now what will happen? Create2 will be get opened, okay. Now here whatever the new names or whatever I updated, it has saved in a create2 file, okay. If I close this one, if I want to open again, there are two files which I have saved. One is the create1, another one is the create2, right. So if you open create1 and 2, we will see what exactly we will get, okay. Now, okay, this is the create1, first what we have saved, okay, right. This is the create1. First we have to find out where exactly the location says. See, it is saved in documents, right. So we will go to documents now. In my computer, we will go to documents. There we will find out where is our new files, okay, clear. Now here is the create1 file, here is the create2 file. Create1 file, this is the default file which has to be there for all the students, okay. If I am writing 50 students details, that has to be common for the create1. But here see, this is not the file which we have not saved that one previously, okay. This is the create2 file. We will go to create2 file because we have given save as, right. That why we have created a file name called create2. Now these are the default document which has to be there in a create1 file, right. See, this is the file create1 file. These are the default values, name, class, school and address. This has to be there for a permanently, okay. And here create2, the whatever the new names we are giving for each student. If I will give one more file, if I will create one more file using a create1, if you open create1, here it is there. If I will write some name, other name, it is like Sanju, okay, class 10, okay, 10th standard. If I will give the school name also, then address. This is the another file which I have created. What I have to do now? Create1 should be there, default values, name, class, school and address. This Sanju is again we have to create for another. Then I will go to save as, file, save as. I will create a one more. If I will give name as create3, if I will give create3, what will happen now? At desktop, and I have to see where is exactly the file is locating. It is locating on the desktop itself. So I will give save. Now if you see here, the new name create3.odt, that is the extension file, text file has created. If you close this one, it has closed now. Here we have a create1 file and we have a create3 file. If you open create1 file, that is the default values will be existing, okay, that is name, okay, class, address, school, it is there in a create1. If you open for class create3, here even instead of create1, 2, 3, create1 I can keep it as it is, and create3 instead of this one I can give this instead of create3. In order to identify this one, I can rename it as a Sanju, okay, right. Create2 I can rename it as a Madhu. I given file name as Madhu. Why? Because so in that Madhu file, so Madhu details are there. See, it is asking something. See, if I'll go for a rename, it is asking like, see, the action cannot be completed because the file is open. Here the file is, we are kept open here, that's why we couldn't able to make a changes or rename it. If I close this one, it is asking for a save. I'll give save. Here again, if you give try again, because it has been closed now it has changed. See, the Madhu file has created here instead of create 2. So we can we can create like this n number of students or n number of files we can create for each student. This is how we can open a document and how we can save a document. Okay. So I hope you have understood now. Then we will go to opening a existing document. How we will open the existing document? There are different types to there are different ways to two different ways how we will open. Either we can go to file or we can give a open. If you give open option, suppose if I want to open particular at a desktop, I know I given a name called Madhu or Sanju. I want to open a file name called Sanju. If I type it here, then open, that particular file will get opened. If you mention the clear correct name, instead of that, see, Sanju's file is open. Instead of that, go to file, open, on any one icon, just single click on it, it will get select, then type the first letter S. Sanju file name is S, I have given S, right. So here it comes Sanju. If there are more than one file is there, you can search in particular file. Suppose Sanju I given, Sham has given, okay, which are the names which is started from S, student is there. So if you keep pressing S, it will change from one file to another file, it will move. So whichever file you want to open, you can open that particular file. Sanju is here, then double click on it, it will get open. This is the second method how to open a existing file. Okay, it has got opened, right. Then there is a one more way. Shortcut method is Control plus O. What is the shortcut method? Control plus O. Again you will get this dialog box. Click on it, any one of file, then press S, you will go to that particular file, then again you have to double click, again that file will get opened. Okay, this is another way to open a file. Okay, there is a one more way how to open the file in a standard toolbar. This is the standard toolbar, right. Here the menus will be existing which are we are keep on using repeatedly. Okay, here there is the first file is new, second one is the open. You can click on this one. Again the same dialog box will open. Again press any one menu, single click in a mouse, then press the first letter of that file name, you will get that file, double click on it, it will get open. So this is how to open a existing document. Okay, then step third one is the which we have to learn, that is closing a document. How to close a document? This is also, for this also there are different ways to close this one. Try to understand first. Here it is a close menu. In a title bar at a rightmost corner there is the into mark is there. This is the close option. Either you click on it, it will get closed, or the file which was opened previously, that is Sanju's file, right. So I open again. How can I close again? This is the one way to close, by pressing on into, right. There is another method. Go to file, in a file menu at bottom most there is a exit button. What is there? Exit button. You can press that also. Okay, you have to write down each and every step. Okay, at any time I may ask that what are the steps to close a existing or opened file. You have to write down all the steps which have been explained to you. Okay, this is the second step. First is into mark in the title bar, topmost rightmost corner. Okay, then go to file, in exit, in a file menu there is a exit option is there, you can click on it, it will get closed. There is another one. If you go to file, there will you will get one shortcut right here. What is this? Control plus Q. If you press Control plus Q, it will get closed. Or there is a one more option, that is Alt plus F4. It has been closed right here. Alt plus F4. Alt plus F4, Control plus Q, or go to file then exit, or you click on into mark on the right cornermost button in the title bar. Okay, this is the steps to close a document. Then next is text selection. Then what we have to learn now, text selection, how to select a text in a file. So how we will select a text in a existing file? How we will select? First one is by using a mouse. Suppose if I want to select a first line from here, that is before LFS school up to first or home or first letter, I can select using a mouse. This is the one method. Then second method is using keyboard. First is using mouse, second one is the keyboard. First, from where you want to select, just click on that particular place. Okay, the cursor get blinking here now. Then by pressing a shift key, if you press arrow marks, if you press right arrow, it will select one letter. If you press up arrow, it will select up to from that point previous up top line, okay, to that position. Okay, if you press left arrow, it will shift one letter towards left side. Okay, or if you pressing, suppose if you click on the end of the line, hold the shift button. If you press home button on your keyboard, it will go to first letter of that particular line. It will select that complete line. Okay, suppose if you are placing a cursor at the first letter and holding a shift, if you press end key in your keyboard, it will select the entire line. Okay, clear now? This is how to select a text by using, first one is using by using mouse, second one is by using your keyboard. Clear now? Then if you want to select any particular word, single word, if you just double click on that particular word, if you written some word, if I write name, if I written, suppose here is name is there, father, mother, address is there, these are one words, right? Name, if I'll give Madhu, okay, if I double click on particular, in that particular line, if I double click on any word, see that particular word will get selected. Okay, clear now? See why now name is typed previously, but Madhu I have typed now. Why it is selecting complete word? Because there is no space between the letters. Okay, it will consider it complete it as a single word. If you give a space between them, if you double click on particular word, it will select that particular word. Clear now how to select a word? By double clicking on that particular any one of the letter, it will be selected that particular word. Okay, then if you anywhere, if you click your left mouse button 3 times, see what will happen? Clear? Continuously if you click 3 times your mouse button, that complete sentence will get selected. So in order to select a sentence, complete sentence, what are the ways? Either using a mouse from first to last, you can select, or by clicking on the first letter, holding shift button and press end key, this is the one way. Or if you placed your cursor at the end of the line, hold the shift key, then press home key in your keyboard, it will select the first, okay, that is the entire line will get selected. Or if you triple click on any place or any letter on that particular sentence, it will get the select the complete line. Okay, then suppose imagine instead of these are 4 different lines are there now. I'll select all the lines here. I'll select all the lines. I'll copy these lines. I'll paste here. Okay. I'll remove these now lines or whatever the bulleting and numbering what we have given. I'll make this as a single paragraph. Okay. Even there is a space is there in between the sentences. I'll remove underline. Okay. So if I'll double click on any word, it will get select that particular word. If you triple click, it will select that particular sentence. Okay. Now if you click 4 times in a line, so that complete paragraph will get selected. If you click 3 times, the sentence will selected. If you click 4 times, the complete paragraph what you have written, that will get selected. Okay. Clear? So that particular paragraph will get selected. Then there is one more option. If you want to select the entire document, how we will select? By pressing the mouse button, left mouse button, and just dragging the below, okay, up to where you want to select, you can select, means the entire page got selected now. Okay, this is the one way to select a entire page. There is the another method. Press Ctrl and A. Okay, just press Ctrl and A, it will get selected. Previously, because why it has been selected only this much area, even if I select Ctrl A, because this is there in a table, it is not in outside of the table. When you place a cursor in particular table, or if you place in a particular box, that will be restricted to that particular box or table only. So if you come out of that box and if you place a cursor on any place of the page, then press Ctrl A, the entire page will get selected. Okay. Then suppose I want to select this first letter or first word and the last word of the last sentences, then how I can select these 2 words at a time? See, I have selected this one. If I click here, the previous selected one gone. How I can do? Now what I have to do? First select the first word whichever you want to select, then press the Ctrl key, then select the another word by dragging on the mouse left button wherever you want to select the words. Just by pressing Ctrl key, you can select those words. Okay. Now I have selected all the 4. I can press Ctrl C if I want to copy, or I can right click and go to copy. Then wherever I want to paste these words separately, I can paste like this. Okay. Clear? So this is the another way to select different words. Then suppose if I place a cursor here at the bottom of the page, if I press shift and page up in a keyboard, okay, if I press shift and page up, it will select one screen upward. Okay, see, this has been selected this much. Okay, now if I place here cursor, if I place and press one more time page up, see, one screen. So this page is divided as the screens and it will select one screen at a time. Again, if you press shift and down key, then it will extend the selection to the one screen downward. Suppose if I place a cursor here, press shift and page down, it will select one screen. Okay, the page is divided into 2 screens, one page is divided into 2 screens. If you press shift and up page up, it will select from that bottom of the page to up, that is one screen. Then if you place a cursor on the top of the page and if you press shift plus page down, again there is a one screen downwards will get selected. Okay, I hope you understood clearly. Okay, this is what we have learned today, that is only what we have learned out of 4 options which I have written at the starting of video, that is create, save, open, close a new writer document and test selection we have studied. Okay, so we will stop over here. In our next class we will study how to edit the document. Okay.